How many of you know who I'm talking about when I say the name Sigismund Shlomo?
No idea.
How many of you would know if I said Sigmund Freud? Right. Many of you may not know until I said his last name, Freud. His name is Sigismund Shlomo Freud, but is recorded in history as Sigmund Freud. It is a name that many have heard, but many may still not know. Some reference his work in day-to-day life, commenting on a Freudian slip here or there, while others may have no idea what I'm saying. I'm here today to shed light not only on the notable discoveries and contributions Freud has made, but also who he is as a person and how he came to be. Sigmund Freud has created theories in which the foundations of psychology still heavily rely. Although criticized in different areas, his work still continues to influence the world of psychology. There is something to be said for someone whose work remains timelessly relevant. I prepared for this speech by conducting extensive research into Freud, as well as reviewed what I have learned throughout my coursework as a psychology student. With someone as famous as Freud, it is easy to overlook a great deal about him, focusing only on his main discoveries. However, I am here to tell you a little more about Freud. I'm going to begin by providing a little background info and then discuss his more influential work and discoveries. Finally, I'm going to touch on the lasting impact Freud has made in his field and how his work still lives on today. Freud was not immediately famous for his contributions and had to start somewhere. Sigmund Freud's history consists of multiple life events that have brought him where he is today. According to the Internet Encyclopedia for Philosophy, Freud was born in Freiburg, Moravia in 1856 and then moved to Vienna, where he spent the remainder of his time. Freud founded the first Viennese school of psychoanalysis, which acted as a catalyst for psychoanalysis and as a movement for all subsequent developments in the field. Freud initially studied biology and physiology and then moved toward neuroscience. He had 6 children, and a daughter of whom became a psychoanalyst herself. Freud set up a private practice in the treatment of psychological disorders. This private practice is what gave Freud the material to develop his future theories for causes for psychological disorders. Freud worked alongside Joseph Breuer, a fellow neurologist, working on hypnosis as a treatment for hysteria. Freud and Breuer parted ways soon thereafter because due to Breuer's disagreement with Freud's emphasis on sexual origins as a cause for neurosis. This controversy over Freud's blatant emphasis on sexual origins as the root for neuroses brings us to his infamous work where we can discuss his first discoveries in the field of psychology. Sigmund Freud was not nicknamed the father of psychology for nothing, as he has numerous theories timelessly influential in this field. Life Science states that Freud's lack of belief in the efficacy of hypnosis as a treatment for hysteria led him to study what is called depth psychology, which is the treatment of mental disorders by way of unconscious mental processes. Now on to some theories. Some of his more popular work includes psychoanalysis, the agencies of personality, the Oedipus complex, dream analysis, and selective memory. Psychoanalysis, according to Wikipedia, is his trademark theory in psychology. It focuses on the unconscious, utilizing techniques such as free association, in which someone speaks a stream of consciousness uncensored in hopes of revealing something from the unconscious. According to the BBC, next follows the agencies of personality, which you can see here, kind of. Some of you may know about the id, ego, and superego, while others may not. The id is considered to be your instincts, operating solely on pleasure. Your superego is based on morality, the part of you that knows right from wrong. And the ego is the mediator between the two, reading the physical and social world around you and then deciding on the behavior. One of his most famous theories is the Oedipus complex, which is the belief that children aged 3 to 5 are sexually attracted to the parent of the opposite sex while in competition with the parent of the same sex. Freud also discussed dream analysis. According to biography.com, Freud believed analyzing our dreams can allow us to understand them, which can allow us to then subconsciously influence our current behaviors. Also stated on bibliography.com is Freud's theory of selective memory. This is where Freud believes our current feelings about someone or something influence our memory about someone or something. These theories highlight a number of Freud's most influential pieces of work, and it is apparent as to why he left a lasting impact on the world of psychology. Sigmund Freud has developed theories that have contributed to the foundation of psychology as a whole, leaving behind a legacy that lives on every day. As a psychology student, it is impossible to not know the name Freud, as he is an integral part of the field. He is the reason we have come to study the unconscious. Before, people thought mental disorders were due to disease, but now we can understand that there are unconscious processes that allow for this. Freud broke grounds by presenting incredibly controversial theories, for example, the weird Oedipus complex, and how he believed all mental disorders were a result of childhood sexual abuse, according to Facts Legend. So let's review what we have learned about Sigmund Freud. I've discussed a little about his background and how he came to study psychology. I've defined some of his major theories and frameworks that have contributed to psychology today, and I've explained a little bit about how Freud has had a lasting impact on the field as a whole. It is through his work and his indelible contributions that have brought psychology to where it is today. I hope you've enjoyed my speech and learning a little bit about Sigmund Freud, the father of psychology. Thank you.